DuPont innovation lowers LCOE by increasing cell efficiencies and system lifetime while reducing total system cost. Materials matter.
Hello there and welcome to this week's PV Tech Newscast. Coming up, Suntech and SolarWorld face renewed financial woes. Japan feed-in tariff faces 10% cut. PV market to reach 31 gigawatt in 2013. And MEMC to morph into SunEdison. Financial woes at Suntech have reached new heights, with a $500 million bond due imminently and no clear indication from the company as to how it will meet the repayment deadline, or whether indeed a debt restructuring deal can be made. Suntech's board had earlier moved to replace its founder and executive chairman, Dr. Zhengrong Shi, sparking a public spat in which Shi claimed that his removal as executive chairman was illegal. The company also announced it would permanently close its module assembly plant in Arizona with the loss of 43 jobs, citing US government-imposed duties on imported solar cells and aluminium used in solar module frames for the plant being uncompetitive. Suntech was the only Chinese module manufacturer with a production plant in the US. Speculation has since continued over whether the company will enter into selected bankruptcy and be sold to its local government in Wuxi, China, to clear debts and continue operating, according to news reports. The company managed to postpone the bond repayment for 2 months after gaining agreement from over 60% of the bond holders, only to have the other key bondholders claim they were not contacted and still expected to be paid, or they'd take legal action, which could include winding up procedures. Meanwhile, money troubles at SolarWorld continue as the struggling PV module manufacturer delays reporting its full-year financial results. Talks with creditors over restructuring its debts continue, but they don't know when a deal will be made, so the company can release its annual report. Separately, SolarWorld has announced the resignation of its chief operating officer, Boris Klebensberger, but declined to give a reason behind the move. Adding to SolarWorld's problems was the revelation that major polysilicon producer Hemlock Semiconductor had filed a lawsuit against their subsidiary, Deutsche Solar, over alleged failure to honour polysilicon take-or-pay contracts with an outstanding value of $83 million. The Japanese market is booming despite an expected cut in the lucrative feed-in tariff. A panel advising Japan's government on changes to the country's FIT have recommended it to be cut by 10% from the end of this month. The cut would see Japan's tariff slashed from its current 42 yen per kilowatt hour to 37.8 yen from April this year. A cut to Japan's FIT had widely been expected due to a fall in costs, but the recommended drop is not viewed as disruptive to the market, as the FIT remains highly attractive for both residential and utility-scale projects. In related news, sales of solar cells in Japan in the fourth quarter of last year soared by 146.9% compared with the corresponding period 1 year earlier, according to the Japanese Photovoltaic Energy Association. Domestic shipments between October and December 2012 amounted to 1,003 megawatts. In the same 3-month period, Japanese imported solar cells amounted to 342 megawatts, whilst solar cell exports reached 111 megawatts. PV demand in 2013 is expected to increase 7% year-on-year to approximately 31 gigawatts. The global industry boost has been forecast by NPD Solarbuzz. The market research firm previously said PV demand in 2012 reached 29 gigawatts. For the first time, China is expected to become the largest market, surpassing Germany. Indeed, Asia is fast becoming the largest market, with China, Japan and India combining to account for 36% of global PV demand this year. And finally, in a surprising move, MEMC Electronic Materials has announced plans to drop its name that has been in existence for decades and take on its subsidiary, SunEdison, as the corporate moniker. The move is said to better reflect the business model changes and future developments of the company, which has morphed from being a leading polysilicon producer to the semiconductor industry and more recently into a leading PV project developer via the acquisition of SunEdison several years ago. In a statement, MEMC said the name change would better reflect the nature of the two businesses and help create and maintain one powerful global brand name. Well, that's all we have time for this week. Stay up to date online and via Twitter at @PV_Tech. Thanks for watching.